Good morning. This is Greg the Window Doctor coming to you again from picturesque Plano, Texas. Hope you're all having a great spring and enjoying it because you and I both know that it's short-lived. We've already had 90-degree days and those 100-degree days are on their way. Now, the last couple of weeks we've been talking about siding. Now, what is the thing that we really don't like about vinyl siding? A lot of people think it kind of makes their house look like it's shrink-wrapped in plastic. It doesn't look, it looks artificial. It doesn't look natural. And I can agree with you that if that's the case, and some inexpensive sidings that have a lot of extra additives added to the siding to control the cost, comes out real shiny, kind of has almost sometimes a blue tint to it. You know, nobody really wants one that looks really shiny siding because it makes it obvious. And another area that makes it look very obvious is on the soffit system. Now, the soffit system is that part that's underneath your roof line. You know, some people in Texas may call it the overhang. You use an overhangs. And sometimes to ventilate that so you can allow air to go up into your attic to control the amount of heat built up in your attic, they have drilled hole panels. Or they have panels that are lanced that looks like a cheese grater that kind of allows the air to come up through it to get into your attic. But if you were looking up from ground level and you look up there, oh my gosh, that looks like something fake. That looks like, what? Vinyl siding. And again, it kind of takes away from that natural look. So really, ultimately, what we're looking for is a house that looks like it's what? Freshly painted. Freshly painted house that still maintains that look of wood, that natural look. So how can we accomplish that with vinyl siding? Well, one way is to use a product that doesn't have a high, glossy, shiny type look. And the panels that we use have kind of a satin finish. So it has a nice color to it, but it doesn't have that high, gloss, shiny look. Now, this is actually not siding. This is a soffit panel that would be used on your underhangs or overhangs, however you want to look at that, or your soffit system. And also, one of the things you don't see is what? All the holes, the drilled hole, those lance holes. And the reason being is because all the ventilations are actually up here in the very top of the panel and on the sides where you can't see them. So every panel, rather than having 2 or 3 solid panels and then having a lance panel, which obviously doesn't look natural, in this particular panel, every panel looks the same. So no matter where you may have your ventilation holes, which are typically every 5 to 6 feet apart, that allows air to come up into your attic to push the heated air out, this is going to have one on every single panel. So no matter where the hole is, you're always going to have a ventilated color, a ventilated panel right above it. And look at how many colors we have. Lots and lots of colors. And a lot of times we'll use is a soffit panel that's a contrasting color to your siding. So your corner post and your soffit panel and your fascia system would be done in maybe a contrasting color. So you've got a large variety of different colors. And that reminds me, now when you're doing a siding job, and you can only use siding on flat objects because it's an extruded panel and it's only got one shape to it. And you're not going to change that shape when you get out to the job site. So that means that any areas that we're going to have to cover boards, or we cover wraps around windows, or wraps around doors, or fascia systems, freeze systems, and things of that kind that are actually made out of wood, have to be covered with a material on the job site. And what we like to use is a vinyl coated aluminum. Now, in the old days, they'd use aluminum coil because why? It was something that was easy to bend, and it was something that wouldn't rust. Unfortunately, the painted coil stock of the past, the paint would break down, and it would get faded over a period of time. The paint would actually break down. In this particular kind of coil stock, this has a vinyl coating on it. So it keeps it more looking fresh, and it doesn't get stale, and the paint doesn't break down. And you talk about colors, would this be enough colors for you? Lots and lots and lots of different colors that can be used as accenting pieces to use on your house. Now, you know, having the right accentuating pieces on our house are very important. And next week, what I'd like to do is talk about some of those accessory pieces that can really make your house distinctive and stand out. Again, this is Greg the Window Doctor signing off.